In the heart of a frozen forest, a helpless bear cub finds itself surrounded by a ruthless pack of wolves. What begins as a brutal hunt takes a shocking turn no one could have predicted. This is a true tale of survival, instinct, and an unexpected twist that defies the laws of nature. It all began with a piercing howl that split through the cold silence, sending a shiver down the ranger's spine. He froze, breath held tight in his chest. Just moments before, the forest had been eerily still. But now, something was stirring, something that carried with it an unmistakable sense of danger. He had spent years in these woods, enough to know the meaning behind a wolf's cry like that. Something was happening. A hunt, a kill, or worse. His boots crunched softly over frostbitten leaves as he pushed forward, scanning the ground. That's when he saw it. Dark stains smeared across the frozen earth. Blood. And it wasn't old. Kneeling, he touched the crimson dampness with cautious fingers. Fresh. No more than minutes. The prints trailing away were jagged, uneven, frantic. Whatever had bulled here had been running for its life. He followed the tracks, his heartbeat quickening. The air grew heavier. The trees loomed in close, skeletal branches clawing at the sky. Then, just ahead, a flicker of movement. His gut twisted. A bear cub. Tiny. No more than a few months old. Its fur was matted, blood smeared across its flank. It was alone, and that told him everything. Its mother was gone. The cub stumbled forward on trembling legs. It wasn't built for this. It shouldn't have been alone out here, but the wild didn't bend to should. It only cared about survival. And the wolves, they understood that better than anyone. He heard them before he saw them. Soft, deliberate footfalls, low growls slithering between the trees. They were circling. No rush, no panic. The pack had their prey. The cub whimpered, turning in slow, confused circles. It could smell them, sense them, but it didn't know where to run. There was no mother to guide it now, no towering presence to shield it, just a small, defenseless creature caught at the edge of a death it couldn't comprehend. The ranger knew he should have left, walked away. This wasn't his fight. The rules of the wild were simple. Predators hunted. Prey ran. Nature took its course. But he didn't move. Frozen, he watched as shadows emerged from the brush. 1, then 2, then 5 in total. Sleek, starving, eyes glowing with calculated hunger. They moved in perfect, ruthless sync. The cub cried out, a desperate, pitiful sound. And that was it. He knew then that he couldn't just watch. Instinct took hold of the cub. It turned, bolting through the underbrush, trying to outrun fate. But it wasn't fast enough, wasn't strong enough, and the wolves knew it. They fanned out, cutting off every escape. The cub veered left, blocked, turned right, blocked again. Panic radiated from its tiny body. This wasn't a hunt. It was a game. The wolves were toying with it. The cub tripped over a root and collapsed into the dirt, gasping, paws flailing. Its whimper only seemed to excite the pack further. The largest wolf, a dark-coated alpha, stepped forward, slow and deliberate. It was over. The ranger's fingers curled around the handle of the knife on his belt. Useless. 1 man, 5 wolves. Intervening would be suicide. But leaving? Ignoring this? No longer an option. The cub made one last desperate move, diving into a thicket of ferns. A scarred wolf pounced, jaws snapping, but missed. The cub tumbled down a small incline and hit the ground running. A second's hesitation from the wolves gave it a chance. It burst into a clearing. The wolves gave chase. The ranger stepped forward. Fists clenched. He had to act, had to do something. And then, everything changed. A roar, not a growl, not a cry. A guttural, thunderous roar that shook the air and the trees with it. The wolves froze. The cub stopped. Even the ranger felt his chest tighten. Something else was out there. The roar came again, rattling the silence like a shockwave. The wolves' ears flattened, their confidence wavering. From the trees emerged a colossal bear, not the cub's mother, but a grizzled old male. His body was scarred from a lifetime of battle, one ear torn, a deep claw mark running across a blind eye. He didn't come for the cub, not for vengeance. He had his own reasons, and none of them had anything to do with mercy. The alpha wolf barked, testing the newcomer's intent. The bear answered with another roar, this one a challenge. That was enough. The wolves retreated, not in fear, but in strategy. They knew better than to face a full-grown bear alone. One by one, they vanished into the forest. The old bear stood still, watching them go. Then his eyes turned to the cub. The tiny creature had flattened itself to the ground, too terrified to move. The bear took one step, then another. The cub flinched, but the bear merely huffed and turned away. No aggression, no interest, just a silent retreat back into the woods. He was gone. The cub remained stunned. The forest fell quiet once more, but the air still trembled with what had just happened. The ranger watched, breath held. Why had the old bear intervened? It hadn't been out of its protection. That bear was no guardian. It was a survivor. Yet, it had acted. The cub slowly stirred, sniffed the air, hoped, but there was nothing left to find. Its mother was gone. The old bear had left, and now the cub was truly alone. The ranger crouched lower, unsure of what to do. He shouldn't interfere. The wild had its order, but there was something in this cub's stubborn refusal to give in that pulled at him. Something familiar. He raised his hand. The cub didn't run, just watched. Then it turned, shaky, fragile, moving deeper into the woods. He should have let it go, but he didn't. He followed quietly, distant enough not to scare it, but close enough to be there, just in case, because the wolves weren't gone. Not really. They lingered. He could feel their eyes, their hunger. They hadn't failed. They were waiting. The cub, unaware, kept going. Its body is weak. Its steps are unsure. Then it paused, lifted its nose, and caught a scent. A familiar one. It let out a soft cry and changed direction. It was looking for its mother, but she wasn't there. The ranger felt something tighten in his chest. The world was cruel. The forest didn't offer closure, only consequence. The wolves reappeared, silent, calculating. He stepped forward. A branch cracked underfoot. The wolves turned, eyes narrowing. He met their gaze, unblinking. A silent standoff. Then, one by one, they faded into the dark again. They weren't giving up, just picking a better time. The cub was gone, swallowed by the trees. It never looked back. Maybe it knew he was there. Maybe not. He stood there a moment longer. Then he turned and followed. Because some stories didn't end. They endured. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.